UFC Fight Night in China, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong taking place this weekend. We're going to go through the card. We're going to look at most of the fights. Some of these fights are absolutely not good. So we're not going to look at all of them because fuck that. And we're also going to run through Dana White's Contender Series Week 3. Sick ass week of fights. Guys, if you are not watching Dana White's Contender Series, you are missing out. I'm telling you this. Best show on TV. I guarantee you, you're not going to waste your time watching this. Lot to talk about with week 3. Shit, we might even go through weeks 2 and 1. Why the fuck not? But let's start out with our predictions here for this card in China, which is taking place at 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. This card is fucking abysmal. Like, I'm not going to lie. Oh, the hell. I'm not going to lie. This is like, we've had Apex cards better than this, so let's get into it. First of all, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong. This is a great main event. Let me rephrase. This is a great fight in the main event. I don't know that this is a main event worthy fight, but the UFC is going to push Umar into the spotlight as much as they can. Not much you can do about it. So, honestly, when we look at this fight, let's break this fight down, obviously, into the striking and the grappling as we normally do. So, in the 3 ranges of striking, right, we have the kicking range, the boxing range, and the clinch striking range. First of all, at the kicking range, obviously, it's a very obvious strength of Umar's. He has great attacks with his front leg in general, not just front kicks. He throws a good front kick. He throws a good lead head kick, a good what's the fucking word? It's a lead head kick. Question mark kick. He just has good front kicks in general. And he uses those to keep space and be really fucking bouncy on the outside and shit. However, Umar does stand extremely bladed, so do look for Song Yadong to attack the leg kick. On Umar, I don't think that it's going to have that much of an effect. Umar doesn't rely super, super heavily on his movement, especially as the fight goes on. But, and as we'll get into later, I do think that compromising the movement of Umar early could very much play into Song Yadong's favor and play into the way that I think that he could win. And spoiler alert, I'm picking Song Yadong to win. Nobody's picking Song Yadong, and maybe I'm being a bit of a contrarian here and just kind of like, yeah, let me pick Song Yadong because, it's not popular. But, gotta move my webcam, wasn't fully centered. But I think that there is an opportunity for Song Yadong to win this fight in the boxing. Because, dude, we have seen Umar get dropped so many times in his fights. He got dropped by Marab. He got dropped by Mario Batista. He got dropped by fucking Beksat Almakhan, of all people. Like, look, Song Yadong is definitely the hardest hitter at 135. He doesn't have a ton of knockouts, especially against the more elite guys, but he hits hard as fuck, bro. And Umar has a tendency to kind of let guys just kind of wander into range on him, and he will get into like crazy like striking exchanges, and he's not going to get the best of those at fucking all against Song Yadong, against SYD. All right. So in the boxing range, Song Yadong is going to have a major advantage because he is way faster and way more explosive than Umar is. He's going to be looking to explode. Yadong is going to be looking to explode all over Umar's face. There, I said it. So, boxing range, bro. Give me Song Yadong, and I do think that he is very much capable of knocking out Umar in the early rounds, like in round 1 or 2. Umar gets dropped. He's chinny as fuck. He is chinny as fuck, and I think he's going to knock out Umar. Nope, said that wrong. I think that Song Yadong is going to knock out Umar. I did say it right. I don't know. Forgive me. Let me sip my coffee. Look, kicking range, Umar's going to have a big advantage. But if Song Yadong can take away the movement of Umar, right, by beating up that lead leg, it'll take away his ability to skirt out of the way of punches, and I think that that's going to be super necessary for him. And him knocking out Umar is just about the only way he can win, in my opinion, unless he like flukes a fucking guillotine or some shit. He subbed Davis and Figueiredo, so anything can happen. But here's the thing. Song Yadong has excellent takedown defense as well, like excellent takedown defense. And the reason for that, obviously his technique is great, but he's got really short legs. He's got really low hips. His center of gravity is super low to the ground. So it's really hard to off balance him because of how low his center of gravity is. So Umar's going to have a really tough time getting to the hips of Song Yadong, in my opinion, especially considering how fast Song is. And so especially if these guys clinch up and they tie up, Umar is not going to be able to get throws off super easily. He's not going to be able to like drop down onto a double leg super easily because of how low Song Yadong's hips are to the ground and how he's got small stubby legs. Like they're powerful as shit as well. Like Song Yadong's a strong motherfucker. So in the clinch, I think Umar's going to have really good success with the knees and elbows in the clinch if they get there. But I don't think he's going to have a whole ton of success getting Song Yadong to the ground. Now, if they do get to the ground, Umar is not like some crazy submission threat on the ground. He doesn't hunt after submissions. Song Yadong is really good at creating scrambles and just being, in general, hard to control on the ground and hard to keep down. So, in this fight, if Umar gets him down, we could see Umar like take Song's back and win around that way, but I don't foresee him subbing Song. And I don't foresee him being able to really hold Song Yadong in one place for all too long. And if he does, it's going to be like half guard where he's not going to do any damage. It's not really going to do anything to aid him towards finishing the fight. When we talk about this idea of like finishing ability, I think that Song Yadong's chance to finish this fight is significantly higher than Umar's is. Umar's not going to like KO Song Yadong unless he lands like a flush head kick on him. I don't think is going to fucking happen. We've not seen Umar do that to literally anybody. I'm not worried about that. What I am worried about is Umar just being incredibly technical and not giving an inch across 5 rounds, which we've seen him do. He did it against Corey Sandhagen. He did it for 3 rounds against Mario Batista, except he got dropped. Just saying. And I think Song Yadong hits fucking harder than Mario Batista. I know Mario Batista landed like a knee on him, but still. I just think that Song Yadong is very capable. I think he's being super underrated in this, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, Umar's getting the Dagestani 100, all right? I saw Fight Lounge talk about this, how every Russian fighter gets like a boost of about 100 points on their odds, and I agree with that. Like, I think these odds are a little bit fucking outrageous. Like, Song Yadong is not... don't think he should be a plus 400 in this, and I do think that there's some money to be made, quite honestly. Like, I do think that plus 400 is a little fucking crazy, so don't worry, I'm gonna edit that out. So I'm picking Song Yadong, bro. I'm picking Song Yadong by a knockout in round 2. I think he's going to beat Umar's leg up badly. Umar's movement is going to be compromised. He stands in a very bladed karate style, not really karate style, but a very bladed stance. And I think that's going to get him in trouble. I think he's going to get his leg beat up. And I think that Yadong is just going to explode on Umar's face and bust on him, bust in, just bust right inside him, get his hands on him. I think Umar's going to have his tough time getting his hands on Yadong and really beating him. I just don't see Umar beating Yadong. So let's move on. Song Yadong, round 2 knockout. Co-main event, Yan Xiaonan versus Denise Gomez. I can't tell you the last time that Jianan fought. I don't remember, and now I'm actually very curious. Vina Janaroba. And Vina's good. Yeah. Jianan beat Tabitha Ricci. This is the last fight of hers that I remember. I'm gonna pick Jianan. Denise Gomez. I don't know. Do you guys actually want me to break this fight down? I highly fucking doubt it. Let's pick Jianan. She's in China. She's on her home turf. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. That's the other thing about this fight that I forgot to mention. We're in China, bro. And like Song Yadong is China's like only it's the only fighter they got, bro. On the last Chinese card, he was the only Chinese fighter to win like the entire card. He has all of China backing him. And that's like, bro, I know like all we talk about as like MMA and UFC fans is the X's and O's and who's going to beat who and who has beaten who and all this shit. But like, we talk about it in every single other sport, but for some reason, not MMA. Like, dude, there is still a like psychological element to this sport. And if anything, the psychological element to the sport is bigger than any other sport, dude. Like, being on your home turf, having an entire crowd rooting for you and cheering for you, and then being on the other side of that, having an entire crowd rooting against you, that plays into how well you're going to perform. I mean, think about it. You can be like as calm as you want to be, and you can be such a good performer under pressure, but at a certain point, like, think about this like evolutionarily. If you were standing in a fucking stadium of 30,000 people all screaming, wanting you to get fucking the shit beaten out of you, like, that's going to cause you nerves. That's going to cause you anxiety. And I really think that that's going to fuck with Umar. He is on Song Yadong's home turf. And, like, I think Yadong's going to hold it down for him. I think Umar's going to do something stupid and blast in, and Yadong is going to bust on his face and fuck him up. Straight up. Picking Jianan. Arichi Lang, I think, versus Kaya Sakura. Arichi Lang, I don't know a ton about him. I won't lie. I think he's pretty old, bro. He's really seasoned in the sport. But Kaya Sakura, bro, I'm sorry. In my opinion, is nobody outside of the rankings that's going to beat Kaya Sakura. His striking is just far too dynamic. He's far too explosive on the feet, and he hits too fucking hard. I don't think anyone outside of the rankings can beat him at bantamweight, quite honestly. This is only his second fight at bantamweight. He's got the lighter man skill coming up. He's fast and he hits hard. Arichi Lang is mostly a striker, and he wins most of his fights via having like a reach advantage and being quicker. And he has no reach advantage, and Kaya Sakura is going to be faster and more explosive. I'm picking Kaya Sakura by a round one knockout. I think minus 450 is justified in this case. Alex Perez versus Suma Dwarji. This is a rematch. If you guys remember, about 4 months ago, these two actually did fight, and it was ruled a no contest. Suma Dwarji kicked Alex Perez in the nuts, and he was like throwing up into a bucket or something. I can't remember actually if that was him or Cody Garbrandt. I think they were both throwing up into buckets, but Alex Perez thrown up in a bucket, couldn't keep fighting. Honestly, understandable, but I'm going to pick Suma Dwarji in this fight. He is the favorite, which makes sense because in their last fight, he was beating the shit out of Alex Perez. He knocked him down. Just based off everything I saw in that fight, his striking was way too quick and way too slick, knocking Alex Perez all over the octagon, sending him fumbling and bumbling around. So I'm picking Suma Dwarji. Too fast, too lanky, hits pretty hard, and he's sick as fuck. Like, he's got one name. I think that's pretty fucking cool. He's like Rihanna, but Asian and 5'8". Rihanna might be 5'8". I wonder how tall Rihanna is. Should we live Google Rihanna's height? I spelled Rihanna wrong. Don't worry, my editor's gonna edit this out. Rihanna's 5'8". Look at that. He is like Rihanna. Anyway, let's move on. Dude, I don't know who the fuck these two are. Neither of them have fought in the UFC before. This guy has, apparently. Like, Levi Rodriguez Jr., if they had a picture of him, like, maybe I could remember them, but, like, he fought in July. Was it an Apex card, maybe? What card was this? DDP versus Usman. I don't remember this guy at all. He lost round 2 knockout. Bro, I don't know. He's probably going to lose again. He looks like he's 2 years old. Shit, let's pick Lucy. Why not? Bilal Hassan versus Nilson. Nilson's a crazy fucking name. Nilson Rojas. It's a random ass fight to have on here. Indonesia versus Peru. I'm going with Bilal Hassan. Namsre Batbayar versus Andre Lima. I'm picking Andre Lima. I have never heard of him in my life. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing a fucking tape study on all these fighters. I refuse. I work a 9 to 5. I have a life. I'm not doing fucking tape study on Namsrai Batbayar. You tell me who the fuck that is. As soon as he gets a UFC win, I'll look into him a little more. But you know who I do know about? Both of these fuckers. Ray Saruya and Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas, lanky, decent striker. But, we're going to do this shit again. Oh my God. But Ray Saruya is a fucking dog. His only loss in the UFC is to Joshua Van. Yeah, he's going to fuck Kevin Borjas up bad. Like, badly. Dude, Kevin Borjas, let's look at who he's fought recently. Nobody good. So, yeah. Now, I'm picking Ray Saruya, though. Like, for real, Ray Saruya's got dirty fucking grappling, dirty ground and pound. He's really good, and he is definitely going to take Kevin Borjas down and beat the shit out of him, if not get a submission. I'm picking Ray Saruya by, like, a round 1 rear naked choke. Let's move on. Jack Jenkins, Sean Woodson. Jack Jenkins, I love to side with the Aussies. However, Jack Jenkins is a good, like, power puncher, but my brother in fucking Christ, he is going to be at a 5-inch height disadvantage and a 10-inch reach disadvantage. So, good night to Jack Jenkins. I'm picking Sean Woodson. Sean Woodson is going to hit him from halfway across the octagon. Did you know that Sean Woodson and Tom Aspinall have the same wingspan? Is that not fucking insane? A fucking featherweight and the heavyweight champion. Anyway, Sean Woodson, he looks like a spider, and I'm picking him to beat Jack Jenkins. Zhao Long, Francesco Nuzzi, bro. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to go with Francesco Nuzzi, bro. Just feeling it. Just feeling the upset. I'm Italian. He's Italian. Let's side with the Italians, bro. Lawrence Liu versus Hector Santiago. Again, 2 guys I've never fucking heard of in my life. Let's go with Lawrence Liu. Zhang Jingjian. I'm getting set up for fucking failure on this one. Zhang Jingnan versus Julia Pilastri. I'm going to go with Julia Pilastri. Ding Mang versus Cam Nelson. Let's go with Cam Nelson. Why the fuck not? Anyway, let's get to what I actually wanted to talk about on this video. I could give a fuck about that card, quite honestly, other than the main card. But, dude, Dana White's Contender Series, week 3. This was a dope fucking set of fights. I'm gonna move myself over here so y'all can see this a little better. Okay, first fight of the night: Nick Galante versus Carlos Petrozzella. This was the odds on this card. Every single fight was like a crazy fucking mismatch. I want to be in the upper right corner. There we go. That feels better. Every set of fights on this card was a crazy mismatch, quite honestly. Nick Galante, bro. This dude's gross. First of all, you can see it. Round 1, 35-second KO. Literally all that happened in this fight, these guys like exchanged one set of punches. Nick Galante dives in for a takedown. Carlos Petrozzella, he gets double overhooks. He's framing on the face. He's getting him away. On the break of the clinch, Galante lands like an uppercut and a hook over the top. And as he's landing the hook, Petrozzella is turning into it and just gets his chin spun. And he is out cold already. And Galante, very like, y'all all have probably seen that highlight of, oh my God, what's his fucking name? Oh my God, Gable Steveson. Where he knocks the dude out and takes him down immediately. That's kind of what he did. He knocked him out and immediately just blast double legs him to the up against the cage and just lands like 2 follow-up shots that really put him out cold. Disgusting knockout. I'll be really interested to see him against some actual competition, a real UFC fighter. Hopefully they give him a real UFC fighter. I hate what they've been doing with the fucking Dana White's Contender Series people recently, where they just give him another Contender Series fight like on a pay-per-view or something. It's really stupid. But anyway, Nick Galante, huge KO win. That was sick. Ronald Humphrey versus Alexis Miranda. Bro, Ronald Humphrey is going to be a fucking problem for a while, all right? Ronald Humphrey is like, he really, really, really reminds me of Jacoby Smith. He's got the wrestling base, and he's like sadistic psychopath sort of shit, where he's not a mixed martial artist, but he is somebody who just likes to fucking fight and like hurt people. Like he is like probably a sociopath, if I had to guess. He goes out there to do harm to people. Scary. Like, he was dumping Alex Miranda all over the fucking octagon. Also, Alexis Miranda, sorry, looked like somebody was fucking controlling him with like, he looked like a Wii boxer getting control with a fucking controller, bro. It was bad. Like, his punches looked so like, just, I don't know, like, bad. He did not at fucking all look like a UFC level fighter whatsoever. He was throwing punches like Jason Tatum, bro. If you ever seen the clips of Jason Tatum throwing punches, he's like it just looked so unnatural for him. It was weird. However, he did have one sequence which was really sick. One combination where he went like body, head, body, head, body, head, body, body. Like, it was like an 8-punch combination. He landed all super clean. And then he got fucked on. It was Ronald Humphrey opens up the fight with like a blast double leg where he just got some fucking airtime on Miranda. Picked him up, dumped him. Miranda works his way back up to the feet, and he took him down again or something like that. But all I remember is as they were getting up, Humphrey kind of frames on the back of the head and just plants a knee right on his like up here, splits him wide open. He's gushing blood. And then Humphrey landed a right hand on him that stunned Miranda. And then he ends up getting Miranda back down to the ground, jumps on the back, sinks in one of the most disgusting rear naked chokes I've ever seen. First of all, Miranda's just pumping blood out of him. He's covered in blood. Ronald Humphrey's covered in blood. He locks up this rear naked choke. And normally, like a rear naked choke, right, you're cutting off either carotid. And he had it like this. And then he pulls his elbow back and just wrenches his forearm across Miranda's neck. Like, he put his forearm to his spine in the back. Like, it was disgusting. So Ronald Humphrey, gross win. This guy's going to be a problem, like I said. The only thing, his boxing defense is awful. It is not good. He was letting Miranda just plant fucking shots on him to the body. He has a tendency, like, when Miranda was moving forward, Humphrey would just shell up with a high guard and stand in place, which is definitely going to get him in trouble against a better opponent. So, but I'll be interested. This fight, this is what I'm really interested in talking about, bro. Sean Clancy Jr. Mark my fucking words. Clip this right now. Future champion. Future champion, if not future champion, future top 5 guy. Dude. Sean Clancy, assuming that he just doesn't, like, this is assuming that he possesses a chin. I could also just see him not having any chin at all, and that would suck. He just, like, gets knocked out 3 times in a row and then never fights again, but whatever. Dude, this guy, the amount of skill he displayed on the feet was sick as fuck. He is fast as a motherfucker, and he strikes, I'm not kidding you, go watch the fight. He fights like Mauricio Hufi. He's got a very, like, bladed stance, and he's got the long, like, guard. And when Bellato would move in, he'd throw a quick left hook, like, and turn his chin out. It was exactly how Mauricio Hoofy throws his left hooks, lead left hooks. He's throwing great kicks. His kicks were so fast. He was so quick on the feet, moving in and out of range. He didn't throw many combinations at all. He was just kind of point fighting, but he was doing it really well. He's also 6'2" with a really good reach. He's only 23 years old. He's 9-0. He's young to the game. He's going to improve a ton. And not to mention, his grappling was fire. Bro, because Boleto is not that good, but he's no slouch on the ground. They said on commentary he has 20 years of grappling experience. Sean Clancy Jr. gets a beautifully timed double leg on him, takes him to the ground. He's in like a guillotine from top half guard. It's not going to finish it. Gets out of the guillotine, gets to side control, immediately gets to mount, postures up, and even though Boleto was shrimping and moving, trying to get out from under him, Sean Clancy's landing disgusting elbows, disgusting ground and pound, and just bloodying up the face of Boleto till he gets a TKO finish. This kid is fucking good. He is really good. So I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. This fight was kind of a fucking nothing burger. Mario Piazon shot a takedown to open the fight. There was no strike zone. He shoots a takedown, bad takedown. Guillermo gets him into a standing arm in guillotine and finishes it in like a minute. It was awful. Like a terrible takedown, cool submission kind of, but we saw absolutely nothing other than the fact that he can finish a standing rear naked or a standing guillotine, which was cool. We got nothing out of this. Piss poor performance out of this guy. That was just stupid, but he's probably just going to be like an apex blob moving forward. Like nothing special. He's a short, fat heavyweight. Like he's 6'1", 260 or whatever the fuck. So anyway, probably the biggest storyline coming out of this, Bella Mir, the daughter of Frank Mir. She has all these wrestling and grappling accolades. She's a great grappler, but she's just clearly not ready for MMA competition yet. She was dominating in the grappling completely when she got there in rounds 1 and 3. In round 1, she took Apodaca down. I have something, I'm going to fucking summon something. She took Apodaca down. Such a funny name. She took Apodaca down and it was just kind of like in sort of like a half smash position, just landing some ground and pound. She did good in the first round and won the first round for sure. And in round 3, once they got to the ground, she was able to finish a takedown and get into sort of like a truck position and started setting up like a twister, but was too late. Wasn't able to get anything, and also didn't do enough, didn't secure the back or anything to really win that round. Apodaca didn't do a whole lot, but she landed a few more strikes in rounds 2 and 3 and therefore got the decision win. It was not impressive at all from Apodaca. She's going to get cut in like 3 fights. She's not that good. She's really flat-footed and slow, but she just was taller, and she wasn't taller. That's weird. She looked a lot bigger than Bella Mir, and landed more strikes, but it was not at all impressive. She looked really calm out there, but she's also got like a 10-year age advantage. Like she's in her prime. Bella Mir has a lot of developing to do if she wants to make it to the UFC. She can definitely dominate in her grappling, but she had no way of setting up her takedowns or setting up her grappling whatsoever, and that's really going to hurt her unless she figures out a way to set those up. So that was about it. You guys should definitely check out Dana White's Contender Series if you're not watching it every Tuesday. Fights are sick. So yeah, as far as this card goes, give me Yadong busting on Umar's face, knocking him out, jizzing on it. All right, that was just over the top, just jizzing all over Umar. Not very haram to say that, but oh well. Let's move back to the middle here. Coming up after this, we've got Hooker versus Parnas. Don't really care about this card. This card I don't think is very good. Excited to see Axel Solo fight. This is going to be really interesting. I'm sorry. I fuck with Michael Venom Page. He gets way too much hate in my opinion. But whatever. I like Daniil Donchenko. That'll be interesting. Morgan Charrier's always fun. This is not a good card, though, I'll be honest. Yeah, suddenly I'm more interested in this card. I'm just kidding. Nah. We got UFC Noche coming up soon. Also, not a good card. That's got to be incorrect. That has to be fucking incorrect. If this isn't incorrect, I'm going to look after this video and I'm going to go ahead and remove every single dollar that I have from my bank account, every single one. Every single dollar that is on my name and put it on John Silva. There's no fucking way he's plus 275 though. Sorry. Super excited for this fight. Don't give a fuck about Moreno anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in this. I didn't know this fight was on here. That's kind of cool as fuck. Yo, low key, why is this card okay? I didn't actually look at this card. This card's fucking better than UFC 330 was. What the fuck? Bang. This sucks. Oh, dude, if we had Yair on here, oh my god, that would have been so good. Banger. Don't care. Banger. Good women's fight. Banger. 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 Hardly know her. Low-key banger. Low-key banger. That ain't looking too bad. And then we have 331. Yo, Noche and then 331 is kind of fire. And then we're being fed literal fucking dog poop. Don't forget that. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. That's all I got for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments on this UFC China card, on Dana White's Contender Series, on whatever the hell you want to talk about in the comments. Please just comment. Give me engagement. Please, 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 please. Anyway, I'll catch you all on the next one. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.